So you've got a Star Wars fan in your life, but you don't know what to get them. I'm gonna be your guide today. Today on Lightsaber Life, we're looking at Nsabers.com. I'm gonna help you sort through which lightsaber you should get, the Jedi or Sith in your life. I'll give you a quick insight on some of the jargon on the 3 main types of lightsabers. We'll go through some of the best-selling lightsabers. I'll even break it down by age group. And towards the end of this video, I'm gonna give you 5 lightsabers off of my personal wish list that I think every fan should have. Let's hop to it. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, I ask that you hit the subscribe button. It tells YouTube I make good content. And what's really awesome, like really awesome, you're gonna want to hear this. If you're like me and you want to save money this holiday season, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. Whether those gifts are for the loved ones in your life or for yourself. What? Not me. At Nsabers.com, use code LightsaberLife to get a discount on your purchase. There's really 3 main types of lightsabers that you'll see on Nsabers.com. You'll notice when you click on a given lightsaber, there are usually a few options for what you can get. I'm gonna tell you exactly what those are. If we look at the Mando SE, you're gonna see here, for example, there's a Baselit lightsaber. I'm gonna talk about the Neopixel lightsaber. And if we take a jump over to the Obi Episode 3, you'll see also a Proffie 2.2. First up, I'm gonna talk about the Twins Baselit lightsaber. Nsabers has a great search functionality. So if you search Twins, you'll see it right here. You can click on it. You can see right now it's heavily discounted. That code Lightsaber Life gives you even more. So who is the Baselit for? It's for anyone who's looking for a starter lightsaber. I would use the word budget in some cases, even though when you hear budget, you often assume that it means cheap. This is anything but that. This is value. This is made if you want to duel with this lightsaber, like if you actually want to hit things with it. And I would say this is a good one for kids. These are really durable. Check out my video in the coming weeks on just how durable this lightsaber is. The Baselit lightsaber has a polycarbonate blade. It detaches right from here. This is essentially a really fancy high-end flashlight. So all the electronics are in here. This is a hollow blade, albeit a very tough one. So you really can't break it. I mean, you can, but you'd have to try really hard. It also comes with some really nice features, especially for being a relatively inexpensive lightsaber. Super cool. So you can hear the sound quality there. It's got some flash on clash, as we would say. A little bit of smooth swing, not as sensitive as the higher end models. You can change the colors right on it. Right through the button on the lightsaber. Stop there. You'll also hear the term sound font. When I got into lightsaber collecting, I was like, what in the world does that mean? Basically, think of a sound font almost like a profile. So if you hear there's a Luke sound font, typically means that the lightsaber has a Luke Skywalker based sound. Usually his Return of the Jedi lightsaber, sometimes it'll be the one from Empire Strikes Back, but you get the gist. Even the Baselit model has a few different sound fonts you could choose from. So that one sounds like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Ahsoka. And next we're gonna navigate over to the Neopixel I wanna show you. Another great thing on the search functionality here is if you just search the word Anakin, you'll see there's a collection. So you can go to Anakin Skywalker lightsabers and see the different versions of it. So for example, his lightsaber from Attack of the Clones is there. You've got an exposed Kyber crystal on this one, that's really fancy. You got the Episode 3, so on and so forth. I've got the Annie Episode 3 SE in hand. You'll see a lot of times SE means special edition. So in this case, why this is special, it's a little bit less expensive than the replica. It's almost exactly accurate to what you see on screen, but in the middle here, there's no control box. So you can really spin this around and have a lot of fun with it. So who is the Neopixel for? Neopixel represents the lights in the blade. So you'll see that the lights go throughout the blade here as opposed to being in the Baselit version in the hilt. These are really not so much for dueling. These are for spinning around, showing off cool tricks. If you want to film videos, these are absolutely ideal. You're not going to find a better, more bright blade than this. I would say these are also for people who want more than the lightsabers you would find from Disney, which is called the Legacy series from Galaxy's Edge, or Hasbro's The Black series. This is definitely your first step into a larger world.
You've taken your first step into a larger world.
So I'm gonna light you up the Anakin one with motion controls. This one's unreal. This one's got incredible smooth swing, so when I swing the hilt, it matches with sensitivity. This one has a crazy amount of sound fonts with it. You can also sync it up to an app on your phone, so you can get really crazy with all the features.
Temple Guard. Master Windu.
So you see when I ignite this, by the way, I have it on the slowest setting because I love that Darth Vader Rogue One kind of slow ignition. It's so epic. You'll see the lights go throughout the blade. Look how bright it is. Like, it kind of looks like a real lightsaber, even in real life here. It's amazing. It's so bright. The sound quality is insane. You can even customize it in the app. There's also different blade effects. This is the unstable blade, so this is what the lights can really do. Woo! Some Kylo Ren action going on there.
Rainbow Blade.
One of my favorites. How cool is that? And then, folks, the high-end lightsaber, the ultimate gift here. This is the Proffie. This is the best soundboard on the market. Proffie refers to the soundboard in the hilt, and the things that this thing can do are wild. I've got a Luke Skywalker lightsaber. We're gonna go to his product page. I've got the Luke Episode 6. And folks, you're not ready for this. This is off the charts. I mean, to get a close-up look of this, this is the perfect movie replica. It's great to hang on your wall. It's so great to play with. Just be careful with it. But the sound quality is off the charts. The blade effects, it looks like an actual blade in front of you. Let's light it up. See that flicker? It's just off the charts. The Neopixel is amazing. But this model, the creme de la creme.
The Dark Saber.
It's got all the functions that the Neopixel does, but it just does it on an even higher level. Prequel fans, this is gonna be your favorite one. It's a bulbous pod racer? OT fans, this is the speeder bike chase from Return of the Jedi. And there's accent swings, we call it, with the Proffie. So if you swing a little bit, you'll hear your sensitivity. But if you really swing it, you'll hear kind of an after effect. Super, super cool. All right, so we explained the three main kinds of lightsabers that you'll see here. Of course, there's some other variations, but those are how I categorize them. You can break down Nsabers' website in a lot of ways. If you go to the gift guide, you can look by age. So they'll kind of give you some different age ranges that they think make sense, which is helpful. But what's awesome is you can also customize the gift, which is basically you can engrave the lightsaber. Super cool. Why don't we take a look at the best-selling lightsabers that they've got? I'm gonna give you the top 5. First of all is the Mando SE. This thing is off the charts. It has gotten a ton of 5-star reviews. It's got, as of the time of recording this, 337 out of 401. And most of the rest of them are 4 out of 5. So I ordered this one for my lightsaber giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. And I'll tell you, this thing made me a believer and a big fan of Nsabers. So you can get this one in a few colors. You can get it in Neopixel, RGB, and Baselit. I got it in Baselit, and I thought that that was more than fine. At $100 US, you can't beat that. Plus a discount code, this is the ultimate gift. Now, the Mando SE is not based on a lightsaber in Star Wars, but it is kind of Mandalorian themed, as you'll see. Check out my review video for everything this lightsaber does. The second lightsaber on here is the combat lightsaber. Looks like a prequel era lightsaber that you might have seen from like a temple guard at the Jedi Temple, but this one has scored very high as well. Very, very competitively priced. The twins, this is the one that I just showcased. That's the third best-selling one. And then to round out the top 5, we've got 2 very familiar names. Of course, we've got Anakin Skywalker. I recommend the Proffie for this one. This is a replica lightsaber hilt from the movie, from Revenge of the Sith. You'll see it's got the control box and everything right there. And then the Luke 1. So this is kind of a less expensive version of the full replica, but you can get this in Neopixel. And right now it's only $300, $299.99. That is a steal. So you know those are the best-selling ones. What about age-based? Let's go back to the gift guide here. I already showed you that they have a breakdown of the different age groups, but I'm gonna put my own spin on this and give you one recommendation for each of the trilogies. So of course it does not matter what age you are. Your fandom can span everything. I find a lot of times in Star Wars, there's a trilogy that you grow up with, or there's a sweet spot. It could be the Clone Wars, it could have been Star Wars Rebels. A lot of people love the Ahsoka show. I'm gonna go with the trilogies here. Nsabers has it notated here for the wise and wielding, age 55 and up. I'm gonna recommend one in particular. I'm gonna go back up here to the Vader. This is the Darth Vader lightsaber. Now there are several versions of this hilt. This one here you see has the classic bubble strip, and it's also got the wiring right around the hilt, which is exquisite detail. But if I were to get a Darth Vader lightsaber, this is the one I would get. I always recommend saving up for the Proffie if you can get it, but there's no harm in getting the Neopixel. Save a little bit more than $100. But if you're looking for fans of the original trilogy, I think the Darth Vader is the way to go. The next group I'm gonna go with, if we're talking about the prequel trilogy, this is kind of my generation. This is what I grew up with. I was 8 years old when The Phantom Menace came out. I have such fond memories of the prequel trilogy, and I'm so happy to see that it's getting the love that it is nowadays. For this age group, you're probably looking at 30s and up. If there's one lightsaber I would call out for this age group, it's gonna be the Annie Episode 3 SE. This is the one I just showed you. You can get it in every different style. I would say no less than the Neopixel for this one. I don't think you're gonna get a better priced Neopixel for $329 US. That is a steal for all the features that this thing has. It is really hitting above its weight class, and it's not far off from the Proffie in my opinion. And for the younger Jedi and rising fans in the fandom, anywhere I'd say really from 18 plus, the sequel trilogy, I'm gonna recommend the Kylo Ren SE. This lightsaber has a lot of detail, especially for being a special edition. You see it's got the carbon scoring right around the crossguard. It's got the red wiring just like Kylo Ren in the movie. And of course, it's got the small blades coming out the side of it. So this is one of the coolest lightsabers I think you can get in this price range. Again, I'd say at least a Neopixel if I had my way, but man, Proffie, oh, you cannot get a better lightsaber right now than that. And this one's very affordable, being a special edition. All right, folks, I'm gonna give you 5 lightsabers from my personal wish list. These are ones I would love to have tomorrow. Nsabers, if you're thinking of a Christmas gift for Obi-Wan Kenobi, just saying. But in all seriousness, these are 5 that I think are epic for different reasons, and they cover a little bit of the different sides of Star Wars in terms of timelines. So let's hop to it. Oh, look at that! I know that guy. How cool. Dude, I nerded out when I saw my video on this page. But the first lightsaber on my list is an Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's not the one that you are probably assuming. There's some unreal ones on here. There's the classic Revenge of the Sith. There's the weathered version from A New Hope. The Alec Guinness, as I like to say. I am gonna go with the Obi Episode 1. This lightsaber doesn't get enough love. As you can see, I love the prequels. This lightsaber was just iconic to me growing up, and Obi-Wan only has it for one movie. Man, if I could get a Proffie version of that, that would look gorgeous on my wall. I don't think a lot of companies actually sell this lightsaber anymore. I don't know if it's just not popular or what. Definitely not as popular as the Episode 3, but give me this all day long. Number 2 on my wish list, the Balin lightsaber. Balin's skull from the Ahsoka show. This one's weathered. You should see the hilt design on this. It's also got the copper pommel right here, the grip in the middle. I think this is one of the most unique lightsabers in all of Star Wars. Not to mention, I love orange blades. That's always been a soft spot for me. Plus, if you're not familiar, you'll see the option for weathered on some of these lightsabers. Essentially, right here, what that means is it looks a little bit beat up in the best of ways, which is more accurate to what you see in a lot of the TV shows and the movies, as opposed to more of the chrome finish that you saw on my Luke Skywalker lightsaber. It all comes down to preference. Number 3, I didn't stray far from the path. I didn't want to include both of these, but I couldn't help it. The Shin Hati, so Balin's apprentice. I would love these as a set. Again, Proffie would be my preference, but Shin Hati, can't go wrong with the orange blade. And 4th on my personal wish list, the Mace Windu lightsaber. Talk about unique. This thing is gold. Literally, there are few lightsabers that are as pretty and as epic as this one. This party's over. I had mentioned a few months ago that the Anakin Skywalker episode 3 was my dream lightsaber. It is. I've got my hands on it. I'm so thankful for that. Next up would be the Mace Windu. This one is exquisite, and it looks like it's the right size too. This is a thinner lightsaber, which it is in the movie as you take a kind of a close-up look at it in Attack of the Clones, and you don't always get that from this lightsaber when it's manufactured, so kudos to Nsabers for this one. And if you've watched my channel for any period of time, you know I absolutely adore Cal Kestis from the Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, and Survivor video games. We're gonna take a look here at the most unique lightsaber on the website, the Cal Crossguard. So in the game Jedi Survivor, you can change up your lightsaber hilt from a single hilt to 2 different hilts to a double-bladed staff and then the crossguard. This crossguard, from what I've seen, I actually haven't seen this one in person, is massive. It feels like it's 2 lightsabers, maybe 2.5 even together. It's got the vents with the blades that burn bright blue here in this case, but you can change the colors. That's the beautiful thing of the Neopixel and Proffie, and really the Baselit. All these models you can change the colors on. But look at the scoring right around the emitter. That's a dream saber right there. If anyone that you know has played those games and wants to get into lightsabers, this would be one that they would talk about for ages. I guarantee it. One more thing I'll mention is you can get different blade lengths based on the lightsaber that you choose. 32 is pretty good for spinning around and having fun with, but 36 is what's considered screen accurate, so just keep that in mind. You can also get these without a blade, but come on. The coolest part of getting a lightsaber is lighting it up once you get it. So that's my recommendation. Go with the 36. Unless you're looking to go and have fun with it in the yard and spin it around, then you want a 32. But folks, I hope you have such a blessed holiday season. Enjoy your time with your loved ones. Take a look at nsabers.com for shopping. And don't forget to use that discount code. There is a link in the description below. And as always, trust only in the Force. And hey, if you want to hang out a little bit more, why don't you take a look at that video right there? YouTube says you would like it. Are you calling YouTube a liar? Here's where the fun begins.